private room, the sequestered room, so it was a little less dramatic. This year they had us all up on stage, and we were all sort of kidding around with each other that they all made us all sweat a little bit.
Brendan, how might a pick of this stature expedite the club's rebuilding process?
Well, I think it's a great piece to it. No, I wouldn't put too much pressure on any one player, but certainly, this is a team game. We play a team style. The more players you can get of a high caliber, obviously that's a good thing. So, but we also recognize that at this stage, whoever's coming in here is going to be a young person, a rookie, and not going to have the weight of the world thrust on their shoulders. This is not going to be a savior. That's not the way the game is played these days. You need to have a full team, and this is the beginning, but it's good news and welcome news for the city of Toronto and our fans.
Is it going to be Austin Matthews, Brendan?
Oh, we won't be answering who it's going to be, and I think we made that decision even before we got here, that wherever we ended up in the lottery, that we weren't going to reveal who we were leaning toward.
Brendan, how impressive have those top three players been? For the most part, it's been Matthews, Pugliarvi, and Laine. How impressed are you with those three players?
Yeah, you're right. All three are great, and but I think it's a deep draft. I think that there are a lot of teams going to the draft in Buffalo this year that are going to get impact players for their hockey teams.
What do you like about Austin Matthews?
He's he's obviously a player that has played a lead role his whole life. He's got good size. He plays center. I feel like he can score from the perimeter, but also has a knack for going to the net and banging some garbage goals home as well. So he's definitely somebody that has earned the right to be in this where he is today.
Do you have a lucky charm or shamrock, anything like that?
No, you know what? I wore one last year, and I had a few things last year. I was all decked out, and it didn't work. So I just made the decision to throw on some clothes and come to the lottery.
Was this the result you got when you ran that simulator once?
I don't know what second and third was, but I ran it once, and it was us, and I closed it and never did it again. So I won't do it anymore.
You said on TV it was a hard road to get here, and it's sometimes controversial about how you wound up number one. But having it all said and done, how do you think about the way you got here?
Well, I thought that there was a lot of good this year. I thought Mike Babcock and Lou Lamoriello did a lot of really good things. It was a year where, on the one hand, we're building some people up and some reclamation projects and introducing a new attitude and a new system that and new players. And then on the other hand, we were moving some players that were very good NHL players that maybe weren't going to fit our future plans, and moving some salaries. So it was a year of building and at the same time a year of deconstructing. So we knew there was a chance that we were going to struggle with wins and losses. But I think that what we were really pleased with was how we played, and also just what we see sort of coming down the pike now. That being said, we still know and recognize that we're, that was the end of year one. There's a long way to go.
Where does free agency play into this now, having the number one pick and not, say, number 4?
Sorry?
Where do you go with free agency now, having the number one pick and not, for example, number 4?
I really don't think that it really has an impact between having where you pick one, if you pick 1 or 4, what you intend to do with free agency. We'll know as we get closer to free agency who's available and who fits into our plans and our vision, and how for us to get better.
Would you expect next
down the road in Buffalo, would you expect a lot of these fans that weekend to come down and make the drive?
Yeah, I think that there'll be a good presence of Leaf fans in Buffalo for sure.
Would you expect?
And you know what? Quite honestly, our Leaf fans have been so supportive of what we set out and told them we were going to do. They showed up enthusiastically to all the games. They were very supportive whenever I see them on the street. They needed some good news, and while, like I said, there's still a lot of work to be done, this was some good news for them, and they deserved it. I hope they're out in the streets of Toronto right now just feeling a little bit better.
Would you expect next year the Maple Leafs to have a better record, wins, losses wise? not just because of tonight, but just at what you're seeing with the Marlies and.
No, I think you just said it, you know, with, obviously, we've been very impressed with the Marlies and the players and how they've progressed there, and we got a little bit of a glimpse of what some of them hopefully can do for us next year. We hope to have a good draft where we might have, you know, some impact players from this draft coming to help. And so, yeah, the goal is always to get better, and I think that certainly, well, we can't get much worse, so certainly, but the building blocks that Mike did put in this year, if you ignore the fact that we finished 30th, I think that we really felt at the very least the ship was turned in the right direction, but now it's time to start advancing it.
Brendan, obviously you don't factor on picking first every year or any year anymore, but these are players that are available at the top now, the players that you really just can't acquire on the trade market anymore.
Well, you hope. I mean, it's still it's still the draft, and there's a lot of things that have to happen after the draft where you've got to put a player in a good situation and give him every opportunity to succeed. So we don't want to get ahead of ourselves and put the cart before the horse here. We're you know, we knew we were going to get a good player, 1 through 4. Having the ability to pick first, obviously, we're going to pick the player that we think is the best.
Do you know who
Take two more
that player
questions,
is,
guys.
or is it something you think you'll discuss more in the lead-up?
I think we'll discuss it more. I think we have a good idea who that player is, but I think that's something that, you know, we'll discuss more as a group and sort of confirm some of the things we already think, but I don't think there's any real need for us to reveal it now, and I'll just say that our scouts were very pleased with tonight's results.
Brendan, is it rare to find a center in the draft with the talent that Matthews has?
Well, I haven't been doing too many of these, so, you know, I can't really say whether it's rare or not, but, you know, I think the one thing that everybody has said, and it's true, that this is a very deep draft with a lot of very good players.